Hello, my friends, my loves, my angels. Welcome back to Kale's Travails. I'm coming at you from my bunk bed in the albergue because it's late and I want to go find somewhere better to do this. And there is no overhead light, which is weird. So we're dealing with one of these guys. Anyway, today was a turning point, my good people. So let's start with the hiking bit. So didn't really want to get up this morning, but after snoozing for like half an hour, finally got my butt out the door and walked. So when I left Junkaira, it was an up and downy, but with a general downtrend, which was nice. I only went about 6.5 miles before the rain started. I was expecting it to hold out a little longer. So I bundled up in my rain gear and I put on my thing. And luckily, and by thing I meant my backpack's rain cover. Luckily, I expected it to rain today, so I actually had everything inside my backpack also separately bagged up so it would stay nice and dry. After the rain started, I walked another little bit, and then I took a pause under like a bus station, and this older gentleman came over to talk to me. Now, I would not have understood him if he were speaking English. He had one of those voices. But on top of that, he was not speaking English. So between these two things, I had no idea what was going on. That does not make it any less amusing. So he talked to me for about 10-15 minutes. I caught 4%. And then I continued. Actually, though, I'm going to skip back a little bit before the rain. I am loving the fact that now that I'm in Galicia, there are more towns closer together. I walk through small towns, and some of them have bars. So this morning, I was only about 4 miles in, and I was hungry, and that meant I could just stop and have a quick bite to eat and rest up a little bit and continue. It was magical. It was magical. Anyway, so walked, ate, walked, rain, spoke to this crazy old man who, I mean, why am I calling him crazy? He could have been totally sane, but I understood nothing. Walked some more, and then I eventually caught a car for the last little bit into town because I just didn't feel like walking in the rain anymore, if I'm honest. So then I came to the albergue, had some issues getting a taxi in because the taxi driver couldn't hear me. My service was bad, but got that sorted out. And glad I'm chilling because there's a raging thunderstorm out there, which has been going on for hours, and it's going to happen again tomorrow. So tomorrow I am staying here. I'm going to chill in Ourense, have a nice relaxing day. And then after that, here's where the turning point came in. I had another meltdown today. While walking, I was totally freaking out that I wasn't going to be able to do the super long distances, that I wasn't going to get my Compostela, that I wasn't going to meet my objectives. And then I spoke to my friends and my family, especially high props go to Caitlin and my brothers, Mike and Rye, for, let's put this as ungently as possible, basically saying, get your head out of your ass. The only person judging you is you. And there's no reason to be so hard on yourself. I have already done amazing things. I've walked over 100 miles. I don't know how far exactly because I haven't calculated, but I've walked over 100 miles. I probably haven't walked over 100 miles in a span of months and months ever before in my life. Maybe back when I played sports. But anyway, I should be proud of that. And yes, goals are changing. Goalposts are moving. It's not what I thought it would look like, but also why did I ever think this was going to be great? I had injuries before I left. I didn't train as much as would have been helpful. I'm not going to say as I should have because life is hard, but as would have been helpful. I was super stressed leading up to leaving. So how about I just look at what I've done and be pleased with that? And looking forward, how about I stop trying to set an expectation that I'm going to do it the way anyone else will and find creative ways to solve the problem. So that's where I think we've landed. Tomorrow, as I said, I'm taking a rest day, but when I start the next day, I'm in that final 100. And in the final 100, if you want your Compostela or your certificate of completion, you have to walk the whole thing. That means no more taxis when I'm injured or tired or wet or anything else. However, I don't want to put that kind of limitation on myself. If I can't do 15 miles because I'm beat up, well, then I'm not going to do 15 miles. So I'm going to walk as far as I want to feel like, as long as I'm having joy in my day. I'm going to take a car to wherever I can sleep. The next morning, I'll take a car back to where I stopped and continue walking and walk as far as I want and stop worrying about aligning walking with sleeping because that's what I've been worried about so far. So screw that expectation. I'm just going to go walk however much I feel like walking, sleep wherever there's a bed available, and just, if it's going to cost a little more to get the cars to work out, who gives a flip? Honest to goodness, because this is my trip. This is my adventure. I saved for this, right? You know, I knew this was going to be an expensive trip, so why am I going to let that bother me? So thank you to everyone who helped me workshop through my anxiety about meeting my own goals. I am very pleased to have gotten through the emotional ridiculousness of today. And I'm hoping that maybe I can find a way to go a little easier on myself moving forward. Because to put this much pressure on myself is, as my very gentle elder brother put it, stupid. It's stupid. So let's see how it goes from here. I don't know if I'll do a video update tomorrow. If I end up getting out and about and doing some tourism between rain, then yeah, I'll tell you guys all about it. If I just sit in my hostel because it's thunderstorming all day, maybe I might actually skip my first day because you guys don't want to hear about me sitting here listening to music, reading books, twiddling my thumbs. We'll see. Anyway, thanks as always for being a part of this wackiness, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.